Welcome to Roy's Racing, the YouTube channel for mediocre sim racers everywhere. And welcome to round 2 of our F122 My Team career mode. This time we're off to Jeddah for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And if you haven't already checked it out, check out episode 1, where Ferrari, in a moment of absolute insanity and madness, threw away a 5-second lead on the last lap by heading into the pits to replace a lightly broken wing and then hand a win to Max Verstappen for Red Bull. We're just taking care of a little bit of housekeeping before we head down to the track. You would have seen an event come up there just before where we had to choose whether to have our teammate Oscar Piastri focus on his pace or awareness. Now, his pace isn't too bad, so we thought, okay, then I want to make sure we keep him on the track and minimise the chances of him having any accidents. So we decided to focus on awareness. We're also spending a bit of money to get some driver perks. So we've got one in each of social media, power mapping and development feedback. So the social media one, that gets our acclaim to go up faster. The power mapping means that we have less wear on our engine while we're driving, and the development feedback gives us more development points to use for R&D upgrades. So I thought I'll spend the money on those things early on in the game. It's an outlay that we probably didn't need to do, but hopefully it pays dividends later on. The last thing we're doing is starting a few R&D programs to upgrade the car. These upgrades should come through sometime in the next few races, and hopefully they'll get us up a little bit higher up the grid. So the first thing we're going to do when we get to the track is we're going to do our first Pirelli hot lap in a McLaren. Now, we're going to do most of these things in the early stages of this career because it helps get our acclaim up higher so we can get more sponsors, and that means more cash. And plus the extra $100,000 cash if we manage to get a gold medal, that'll be quite useful. So here we are in our run. So we're coming off the third gear hairpin in the track. And the idea is to get our speed up. I think we've got to get above like 157 kilometers an hour average speed. We've managed 160, so that gets us gold, 1,000 acclaim points, and $100,000 in cash. Can't really argue with that now, can we? So we're heading into our first qualifying run here in Q1. We finish our lap, and I think it shows us somewhere along the line of in 4th place. Now, that's insane. I don't know what we're doing up there, but we'll take that. But in the end, at the end of the session, we only wound up in 11th place. So it's a little higher up the grid than I thought we'd go, but I'm really enjoying this track, so I'm happy to do that. Into Q2, doing our first lap, and yeah, it's another really good lap. I don't think we wound up too high up the grid. So, although that's provisional pole, that's not bad, but then after everyone else does their second runs, we wind up in 9th place. So that was a bit scary there because I thought, how on earth am I getting into provisional pole? But I think that's just because everyone just did slower laps to start with. So now we're into Q3 and we're putting our first lap together, and again, it's not a bad lap. We're up there in 3rd place, so we'll take that. But at the end of the run, again, we drop all the way down. So there we are in 8th place. And I thought I'll go out for a second lap, try and better my time. And you can see up on the top right there where it's just red and it gets, well, it's green there, but it goes red again. And then it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. I had a really untidy first sector and there was just no point trying to continue the lap. It was all over the place, running wide, having to back off so not to hit the wall there. Again, so we're up to, down by half a second, running really wide. It's just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. There's no point trying to salvage this. We're more than a second behind our original lap. And so we're just going to have to be satisfied with, I think we wound up at 10th place on the grid. Okay then, we sort of what I expected to happen at this stage of things. But yeah, we're a little higher up the grid than I was thinking we were going to be. We'll take this, 10th place. And so, yeah, we'll get ourselves sorted here. And we're going to get ourselves into a race start any moment now.
Welcome from the Jeddah Street Circuit for what we hope is going to be a gripping spectacle of racing. It's time to get underway as we join the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So let's take a look at a topographical map of the Jeddah Street circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today.
So here we are ready for race start, and we're off. And we've had a really good start. We've got straight up on the right-hand side. I think that's Gasly on our right, and I think that's Bottas on our left. And we've had to... Oh, hang on, there's been a bit of accident up in the front there. Somebody's lost a piece of wing. Is that George Russell who's lost a bit of his wing there? We'll go back and have a look at that in a moment. But as you can see, we're now screaming along, and we have to brake really hard again. Oh, almost hit him there, but we've managed to salvage that one. We've still got Bottas coming up alongside on our left there, and oh, almost hit Russell again. He's brake checked us there. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but here we go. So coming up towards the first hairpin, which will be changing all the way down to third gear there, but we're going to brake a little bit early. Oh, hang on, and there we go, straight up the inside of us. Absolutely dive bombs us. Well, that's dropped us back down a place. I think that puts us back in 9th place now, but that's okay. We'll keep going. And so we're going to go back and have a look at that start again. And oh yeah, Russell, he's lost a bit of his front wing there. He's probably going to pit at the end of this first lap. So that's a bit of really bad news for him. Oh, it's not been a good start for Russell this season, I think. Although, did he get a podium in that first race? I don't know. But yeah, he's been squeezed out by what looked like Alonso there. So poor guy. So that'll be the end of his race, I think. He's going to wind up at the back of the grid. So now I'm bored with Esteban Ocon having a look up the outside of Gasly there. They're still side by side. No one giving an inch here as Ocon managed to make the move. But Gasly's coming back. He's still got the inside run into this next corner. And yes, he's successfully defended that position. Oh, that's great racing from those drivers. Already this season we're seeing some great passing manoeuvres. Hang on, is that Gasly? Then that's Yuki Tsunoda coming up the inside of us. And Magnussen's having a look as well. We almost hit him there. And then, oh, they've touched. They've touched. He's broken his wing. Is he going to have to go into the pits? So, okay, then we've already lost him. Yes, he's gone into the pits. Oh, that's a shame there. But look, we're down 3 wide coming into the end of the main straight there. We're having another little look up the inside there. We're trying, oh, and he hit us. He actually drove into us. His front wheel touched our back wheel there. So that's Magnussen in front of us there. And I think behind us there, that's the other Haas. And so that's Lance Stroll having a look up the inside of Lando Norris there as we start the second lap. But Norris has managed to defend that one. So he's held on to that position. But if you have a look behind there, we've got Vettel and Ocon having a go at each other. Vettel's having a look up the inside. And then he's got the outside into the next corner at turn 2 there. They're still alongside each other. No one's been able to get in front now, but they've got to brake hard for this left-hander. Still side by side, but Ocon's got the move done. And now we've got Albon coming up the inside of, or outside of Piastri at the end of at turn 1 there. And they're also still side by side. They were just behind that last duel we saw. And they're still there. If you think that Piastri's gone, if you have a look in the mirror there, you can see he's still there. He's right alongside him. He hasn't given this one up yet, but in the end, he's had to let him go. And now, up the front there, that's Verstappen having a look around the inside there of Leclerc. They've touched. I think they've touched. And yeah, Clerc slowed down there. Let's have another look at that one from inside his car. So he's coming up alongside him here, tries to go around the outside. Oh, he's definitely not... Yeah, he's not giving him any room there. I don't think he's got anyone to blame but himself there, Leclerc. And if he's got damage, that's going to put him at the back of the grid. But now we've got one of the Toro Rossos. Toro Rossos. Showing my age there. What I meant to say was an Alpha Tauri coming past us as we go onto the main straight there. But now we've got the tow from DRS. And so we're going to come along the outside here. And it looks like we're going to get that one done nice and easily. And yeah, so that just shows you the power of the tow on this track. So yeah, we've now got in front of him. And there's the 4 of us cars there, sort of nose to tail, but he's coming back at us. He's not going to give this one up without a fight. We're on lap 4 here, and yeah, he's managed to come past us, but we're going to stay around the outside here, and we're not going to give this one up. And yes, we're coming back onto the main straight now to finish lap 4, and I think he's gone into the pits. So I reckon there's a good chance that we touched in one of those earlier manoeuvres there. That's probably why I was so easy to get past him. But then we've got that Haas has to go up the inside of us, and then we outbrake him coming up into the first corner there, and Lando Norris decides to take advantage of the whole situation, and he's come past. And now he's having a go at us. And we're at lap 5 here. He's got up alongside us. He's actually got in front of us, but we're going to come up the inside in the braking zone, and we're going to take that position back as, again, we head back onto the main straight. And this time I think we've actually got the DRS. But that looks like, is that Ocon? It looks like having a look up the inside of the Haas there. But now we are 3 wide there for a moment. And Norris is having another look up the inside. And now the Haas is going past him. And so they're still side by side. This is giving us a chance to get away a little bit now, because we've got a little bit of a gap there because they're fighting it out. But now we've got 3 cars all fighting for this one little bit of track. They're still alongside each other. Which one's going to do it? I think it's Norris. I think Norris is going to hang on to that position. And he's still in front, but they're still side by side. But Norris has seen off the attack from Schumacher there. So this little group looks like it's settling down here, at least for a little while. So we've managed to have a little bit of a gap turn up on them after that little bit of an escapade. But now we're at the back of the grid. For the moment there when I saw the Ferrari, I thought we were up the front. But no, remember Leclerc and Verstappen had a coming together earlier, and now Leclerc is way down the back of the grid. We're on lap 6 here, and he's having a go up the outside of Daniel Ricciardo as they come along in here. But Daniel Ricciardo has just done the biggest dive bomb up alongside Sebastian Vettel, and he's gone and taken him as they go back onto the main straight there. And Leclerc is way down the back of the grid now, and he's sitting behind those two watching just to see what's going to happen. But yes, Ricciardo and Sebastian Vettel, former teammates at Red Bull, they're still battling it out there. Ricciardo looked like he had a little bit of an edge going into turn 1 there, but as they come off turn 2, Vettel still managed to stay in front, and Leclerc sitting behind the two of them, just waiting to see what's going to inside here with Leclerc. He's behind Ricciardo, and he looked like he was trying to go out there and do a little bit of a passing manoeuvre, but that didn't work, and he's had to come and back out of it. But now he's come onto the main straight again, and at turn 1 and turn 2 he's had another look up the inside of Daniel Ricciardo, and this time he does it easy. So Leclerc is a man on a mission now. He's going to see how far up the field he can get before the end of the race. But I see there when he went into the pits, he's actually put the soft tyres on, and I don't know how long they're going to last on this track. But anyway, he's chasing after Vettel, and he's catching him really, really quickly. So he's up the back of him now, and it's only a matter of time. Yes, he's having a look now around the outside there as they go down into that braking zone. And is he going to manage to hang on to that position? He's got the soft tyres on, so he should have the grip. And I think they're coming back onto the main straight there, are they? No, they're actually coming down the back section of the track. And they're still side by side, Leclerc and Vettel. Vettel using all of his years of experience to try and stay alongside there, but it's not good enough. When he's got the soft tyres on, he's got far too much grip, and now he's come up behind Oscar Piastri, and hopefully Piastri will slow him down a bit because, well, that's just what we want for our team. It's a good race to see that Piastri's managing to hang on there against one of the front runners. And he's doing a really good job at the moment. He's keeping Leclerc behind him, but he's going to have a look around the outside now. And with those soft tyres on, if he's still got any grip, even though the worn tyres are there on Piastri's car, I think he's actually managed to stay alongside him there. And as they go down the main straight, Piastri actually has the DRS because Leclerc managed to get in front for a moment there, and he's managed to hang on to that position as they go down the main straight and they head back into turn 1. So this is really, really good and close, but I think it's only a matter of time now before Leclerc gets him. And so we're up onto lap 9 now, and they're still the same positions, nose to tail. No one's managed to get past yet. Piastri's doing a sterling job of holding up Leclerc and using up the life of those soft tyres, weaving there behind him, trying to find a way past. He has a look round the outside, but there's nowhere to go there. And now they're coming back onto the main straight again, and still Piastri's holding him off. And he's now headed into the pits. He's used up the life of those soft tyres. So now he's going to go back to the back of the grid again. But the difference with this one is everybody else, it went to lap 11 now, everybody else is about to do their pit stops. And so this might work for him because he might be able to get something of an undercut here. and we'll see how that one plays out. Meanwhile, we're back riding with us, and you can see in the mirror there, we've actually got Mick Schumacher right behind us. He's chasing us. I don't know what's happened to Lando Norris. Well, here he is here, and he's fallen way off the pace here. He was right up alongside everyone, but now you can't even see us. He's a long way down. Has he got a problem there? Because oh, he has! He's blown his engine! That's his engine gone! Oh, Lando Norris is out of the race! And he's going to be pulling off to the side here. And we can see Piastri and the rest of the guys going past there, and Norris has just got to find a place to park this car, and that's his race done. That's a blown Mercedes engine. I hope that doesn't bode well for us, because we've also got the Mercedes engine. But anyway, now we've got Leclerc coming up behind Russell, and he's coming alongside him there, trying to go past him. Is that the yellow flag? Did I see the yellow flags waving? That's the yellow flags from Norris's car. Did he pass him under the yellow flag? That really looked like he did. The stewards are going to have a close look. So we're riding in the car with him now. Let's have a look at this one. How far up does he get? Has he started his passing manoeuvre? Has he got past him before the yellow flag starts passing? I can see it flashing up there, and he hasn't got past him. He's passed him under the yellow flag. Although he hasn't reached that flag point yet. So the stewards are probably going to have a look at this one at the end of the race. That's something of a controversy there. Did Leclerc pass Russell under the yellow flag? At the moment, he's continuing on, and he's already starting to pull away. He's got that speed advantage there, because I think that Russell's managed to get himself onto soft tyres earlier, and they're probably wearing out now. And as they come out of the pits, that was Vettel coming out of the pits there, I think, and that's us. So that must have been Lance Stroll. So that's now Leclerc's just driving past us like we're standing still. So we've come out of the pits, and he's come past us. But we've come out of the pits there, and that's the Alpine of Ocon there behind us. Now, he was a fair ways behind us, so the overcut has worked for them. They've come out of the pits after we've gone into the pits, and they've come out and almost caught us up. It's only because our tyres were already warm that we've managed to hold on to the position. And now we've got Mick Schumacher having a go at Ocon here as they come through turn 1 and out into turn 2. We're starting to pull away again, but they're still side by side. There's nothing between the two of them. And we're on lap 14 now, so we're over halfway through the race. We've only got 11 laps to go. And Schumacher hasn't managed to make that stick on Ocon there, and so Ocon's managed to hold on to that position. But now Leclerc has caught up with that's Magnussen that he's passing there, having a go at the end of the main straight there. So that's getting him up, because we was driving along in 9th place, I think. So that there is Leclerc now taking 7th place. Now remember, earlier on, he was way down the back of the pack. He would have been in 19th place, maybe 20th place. And now he's well up into the top 10. And now we've got Daniel Ricciardo and Sebastian Vettel having another little ding-dong battle themselves as we're on lap 15 here. And yeah, so Ricciardo had a look up beside him there, but he hasn't managed to get past. But he's got the DRS tow down the main straight now, and maybe he's going to make this one stick finally as they go past there. Still side by side. How are everyone's managing to stay side by side through that? That's a really tight little section through that turn 1, turn 2 area there. But Ricciardo looks like he's managed to get this one to work. But Vettel's not giving it up. He's staying there. No, that's it. Vettel's decided, okay, then I'm going to back out of this one. I'm going to come onto the back section of this track with the DRS, and I'm going to come back at him. And that's exactly what he does. We're on lap 16 now. We're in the back section of the track, and he's trying to go around the outside there, but Ricciardo makes that car very, very, very wide. So now they're coming back onto the main straight. Vettel's still got the DRS, so he's going to have one more go as they go down into turn 1. And this time, he's going to make it look a little bit easier. He's got way more speed advantage, but as they brake as they come into there, they're still side by side again through turn 1 and turn 2. Ricciardo's still saying, no, I'm not going to make this easy on you. If you want to get past me, you're going to have to work for it. And that's exactly what he's doing. Vettel is having a go. They're still side by side, and there's just nothing in it. They're saying, okay, then if you want it, you're going to have to come past me. But eventually Vettel backs out of it again, and so Ricciardo hangs on to that position. And now we're back up towards the front again. So this is Leclerc, and I believe that's Bottas that he's caught there. So, you know, he's just on a mission here. He's screaming up through the field. He's passing everybody. He's going faster and faster than anybody else on the track. He takes another position, and I think that puts him up into 5th or 6th place. So the first place is still... first place would be Sainz, then we've got Verstappen, and then we've got Hamilton and Perez, and this is the battle now. So this is the battle for first place. This is Sainz and Verstappen battling it out on lap 19 now out of 25 laps. So there's only 6 laps to go after this lap, and they're starting the 20th lap now, and Verstappen is coming up alongside him here. He's going to have a go up the inside. Are they going to touch? Did they touch there? I'm not sure they did. But again, side by side as we go through that section there, through the first 2 turns of the track. But now Verstappen has actually got a little bit of a lead there. But again, Sainz is not letting him go. They're staying side by side. It's beautiful racing. They haven't touched. Oh, he had a little bit of oversteer there. Did you see that? He had to have a little bit of a correction as he came off the corner. But he's managed to hang on to it, and he's got himself up into the lead. But then it looks like there he had a major lock-up at the end of lap 20 as they come round on that last turn before they come back onto the main straight. And I think that Sainz has just been able to drive straight past him. I don't think there was any touching here. I think Verstappen's just outbraked himself. Yeah, big lock-up there. And so that's just given Sainz the lead of the race now and the momentum going down the main straight. And now, this is Lewis Hamilton coming up behind Perez here. And he's going to have a go round the outside of him. Is he going to hang on to it now? So, this is towards the closing stages of the race. This is for third place on the track. Again, side by side. There's nothing in it, except Perez has managed to hold him off for now. But Hamilton's still coming. He's still coming. And so now we're on lap 22 as they're coming around. And they're about to go on that last turn onto the main straight there by the look of it. And again, he's come up alongside, but Perez has held him off, and they're still going there. But this battle here, you can see in the background there, that is Leclerc. Now, he's managed to get past Albon, that's not Albon, that's Alonso, my mistake. He's managed to get past Alonso, so we've gone back into lap 22 here to show how Leclerc has got himself up into, I think now he's up into 5th place. And so, considering he was down in 19th or 20th a matter of laps ago, he has come through the field and is still going. He's in 5th place now, but he's 4.9 seconds behind Hamilton and Perez. But as you can see when we were looking at that before with them having their battle, he didn't look... And look, you can see he's not anything like 4.9 seconds behind there. So we're now up into lap 23 and he is still gaining on them. But we've got Hamilton going around the outside of Perez here, side by side through that turn 1, turn 2 section again. The drivers are making that look so easy to do. That's really hard. But Hamilton hasn't been able to make it stick this time against Perez. But this battle, it's slowing them down, which means that Leclerc is coming closer and closer and closer with every lap. We've only got 2 laps to go after this lap. But can he catch them? Who knows? Because this is the battle for third place. If he can catch them and get past them in the next 2.5 laps, that will actually get him a podium. Now, when you consider that he was down at lap 19th or 20th, that would be absolutely insane. But still, this battle's going on. Hamilton is trying everything he can to get past that Red Bull, but he's just not managing to do it. Perez has just the edge over him, and Hamilton's using DRS and the toe just to keep himself close enough. But, you know, if you can see in the background there, you can see the Ferrari is there. It's coming. But again, Hamilton hasn't got the legs to get past Perez there as they're going through the back section of the track. So they'll be coming around here. He'll get DRS again, and he'll probably have another go as they go down towards that final corner onto the main straight. And yes, he's using that power there. He's using the toe, and he's coming around the outside. He's having another go at him, but I don't know that he's able to do it. But they'll come back onto the main straight here, and he'll turn, his DRS will come on. But there's Leclerc. He's right there. He's only a few seconds behind. And how close is he going to be? This is the second last lap of the race. And if you remember, at the last race, he was leading the race by 5 seconds. And then he had a coming together with a back marker he was lapping. And that meant that he went into the pits when he had a 5-second lead. And this, he's making amends for that now. That way he's screaming through the field. But Hamilton has managed to get past Perez. And so, now, we've got a new person on the podium at the moment. Hamilton's on the podium now, in the podium position in 3rd place. But Leclerc is even closer. He's caught them. There's a lap and a half to go in the race. But he's now joining this battle for 3rd place. This is amazing. And here he comes, getting closer and closer again. And they're still battling it out in front of him. And it's like they're oblivious to him coming up behind them. But here he is. He's caught them. So as they go in, they're heading towards the DRS zones now. And he's got the DRS now. He's within a second of them. He's got the DRS open. But Perez, it looks like, is trying to catch Hamilton there. And it's nearly there. So only a lap and a corner, basically, to go. And we're going to stick with this because I would say that Sainz has just disappeared into the distance and barring some kind of accident, he's going to win the race. But Perez is coming alongside. He's going around the outside, but he didn't manage to do it. But Leclerc is right there. He's got the toe. They've come onto the main straight now to start the last lap of the race. And Leclerc is coming alongside. He's going to try and overtake both of them in one corner. And I'm losing my voice. I'm getting so excited. 3 wide now. They've gone from 2 wide. And so Perez has lost out there. He was trying to get past, but Leclerc has stuck his nose in where it wasn't wanted. And now he's up into 4th place. This is the last lap of the race. And Leclerc is trying to go up into the final podium position. Is he going to manage to do it? So we're still looking at Perez there. But I think we're going to see the change here, are we? I don't know why we're still looking at Perez. But you can see Leclerc has got past him. He's gone past him, but they've still got the back straight to go. They're going on the back section of the track, but Leclerc is pulling away. He's doing it easy now. And so he comes across the line in 3rd place. He's come all the way back from about 20th position all the way up into 3rd. And meanwhile, we're on the last lap. Or second last lap. We've gone back a bit now. And our engine has started to die. It's not dead yet, but it's starting to smoke. And we've just gone, you know what? There's a lap to go. We're just going to go until this engine dies. If it doesn't die, we might be able to hang on to 9th place or 10th place and actually get points out of this race. So now we're doing it. 1 lap of the race to go with an engine that's just hanging on. It's giving everything it has. It's last breaths trying to get us through this race. And we saw with Lando Norris and his engine before with the Mercedes engine, maybe we've got an issue here where these engines are just not as reliable as we need. But we're still managing to keep going. This engine refuses to die. It's dropping fluids out everywhere. The stewards are probably having a hissy fit. We're probably going to get black flagged. Or if we're not, who knows? It's the last lap of the race. Who cares? So maybe we can get round. We'll just try it. So that's Mick Schumacher up there behind us. He wants to get past. He wants to get from 10th up into 9th place. But he's not managing to do it. We've still got enough life with enough ERS that we've managed to save throughout this race to keep him behind us. We've cut the corner a little bit there, but no one cares because everyone just wants to know, is this engine going to make it to the end of the lap? Who knows? This is it's incredible. And we're going to manage to do it. So we're coming up to the last corner now. Actually, no, we're not. We've got a little bit more to go. We've got 1 more DRS zone that we've got to negotiate with this long, sweeping left-hander. And Schumacher's having a look around the outside. Has he got the legs? Has he got enough power? Have we got enough power in this dying engine? He's right there, but we've managed to hold him off. And he stayed behind us, and we're coming onto the main straight, and we're actually going to finish the race in 9th place. That's 2 championship points in our 2nd race for this team. This is amazing, and we're just so stoked. But we just have to back it off, and that engine is dead. But you can see it there now. 2 competition points. And there's our standings. We're in 12th place in the standings. Aurora Australis is not last. We're up in 8th place in the championship. And we're going to take that because that's just, it's a 2nd race and we've managed to score points. This is amazing. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, ring that bell, because that lets the algorithm know that you're enjoying what we're doing. And for now, we're going to say goodbye from Jeddah in Saudi Arabia, and we'll see you next time where we're heading off to Australia at Albert Park in Melbourne. So catch you later.